Welcome back to another podcast episode of Stars Talking Cowboys, starring Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki is in the building.
You gonna dig this? Let's go.
What up? What up? What up?
What's up? We back.
Hey, everybody.
We back, baby. What's up? What's shaking legging?
We are back. I had to go take the thing off while y'all was doing the things. I had to drink, and I didn't want y'all to see how fast I could really drink. So,
wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow, we starting trouble already with the drink.
I'm just saying.
Hey.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. It's like it's been forever. We almost there, y'all.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Almost.
At least training camp. Okay, Sean, so we will let you do your due diligence in introducing everyone again. You know, people might have forgot us, you know.
Ain't nobody forget us. Ain't nobody.
All right, once again, welcome to Stars Talking Cowboys. I am one of your hosts. I'm about to change my name to OG Cowboy instead of Cowboy Fox. We got K Boogie in the house. We got Cowboy, the queen of sports talk, the queen of Facebook, the queen of the Cowboys land, and we got Mr. Cowboy Nation. How's everybody doing today?
Everything is lovely, brothers and sisters. Everything is good. Everything is good, man. Welcome back, man. I'm glad to be back. After a little hiatus, I'm glad to be back.
Yes.
Hey, hi. Hey, Joe, we got a Cowboys fan from Italy.
Hi, thank you for tuning in.
This is my boy Joe, man. That's what I do. That's my people right there. What up, Joe?
It's all good. That's what's
my
up.
boy Joe, man. Joe be rocking with me too.
All right.
Joe be rocking with me too, man.
Do you guys smell it in the air? Do you smell the aroma of football season?
Yes.
The water's boiling.
Yes.
The oil is heating up. The oven is got cut on. We done mixed up the flour. It's time to get football season cooking. I can't wait. This is the most boring time of the year for me.
Really?
Oh my God, ain't it?
Really?
So,
I'm not into baseball, basketball, track and field, summer league basketball. Really?
So I'm a Braves fan, and I'm a Braves fan, and we've been tearing it up. We have been really tearing it up. However, I don't really watch baseball until the playoffs, or unless we play the Phillies. I can't stand the Phillies.
So see, I can't say that because the Yankees are struggling right now with all the injuries and what have you. So I can't say that right now. I'm following my boys, but hey, that's why baseball is. There's two halves. There's the first half and then the second half. So let's see if they can turn it around. Let's see.
So I'm maneuvering over to the Stars Talking Cowboy page so I can.
So we got some more Braves fans in here. We got an Astro fan. We got a Braves fan here. We got an Astro fan.
Lord.
Lord.
I'm Rangers. I'm just saying, we doing good.
So before we start talking about Cowboy stuff, I gotta ask a question. Dalvin Cook. Remember, everybody, the Cowboys fans, all the Cowboys fans say, "Go get Dalvin Cook." I think even some sports commentators. Who was that? What's that obnoxious one that said the Cowboys are stupid if they don't go after Dalvin Cook?
Who? Dan Orlovsky?
Dan Orlovsky, yeah.
It's a few of them.
Yeah, it was a lot of them.
Talking about the same dude that ran out of bounds. Talking about the same dude that ran out of bounds on the NFL game.
Yeah, Mr. Run Out of Bounds. Yeah, that's him. That's the dad hater too. Yeah. Especially Dan Orlovsky. Yes, sir.
But however, what is Dalvin Cook's asking price?
15 to 16 million.
too damn much.
Way more than what he's probably anybody is going to give him at this time. Miami is about the only team that actually gave him a for sure offer. One, because he's from that area, so they figured it would be a little bit easier to get him to take that offer because that's his hometown area. Plus, he said that Miami best suits what he's looking for. You know, their scheme, you know, and the things they do. He basically said that Miami best suits him. So they figured, hey, that's gonna give him his offer. He should take it. But I mean, I don't feel like I feel like Dalvin Cook is. I think he still maybe can help in offense, but I don't think he's 15, 16 million worth. I mean, he's been injured. Let's just keep it 100. He's been injured the last couple of seasons. He hasn't played a full season the last couple of seasons, and he's at that stage now that he can be shut down. You know, I mean, we shut him down when we played him. You know. Now, and on the flip side, I'm all for players getting their money. These billionaires we're talking about, you know. So I understand that NFL stands for not for long. I understand that injury, you were always one injury away from not ever playing again. So I get it. But I also feel like y'all made a lot of money and enough money. Invest right. Invest properly. You know, don't make all these dang on babies. And all your money won't get dibbled out through the child support court. You know, I'm just saying, you know.
That ain't got nothing to do with football. Let that man live. Yo, let that man live.
Y'all gonna be on this tonight. We ain't gonna start this foolishness tonight.
She's back.
I'm just saying, like, don't be trying to get more money, because you got all your babies to take care of now. But
oh my God,
I'm back to just being funny, just funny. That's just my take on it. I'll let Mr. Cowboy Nation give his take on
it. You know, they say the market kind of dictates, right? What you should ask for. Saquon looked damn good last year, and he had to turn down $10 million guaranteed, fully guaranteed, right? So if Saquon looked damn good and had to turn down $10 million fully guaranteed, Dalvin Cook is in no position to ask for $15 to $16 million. That's just my take on it, right? So can Dalvin Cook still play? Sure. But running backs are not getting paid 15 to 16 million these days. They are trying to devalue the running back position, right? So this is not the time to demand a high note at their position.
All right. But the thing is, he probably doesn't want 15, 16 million. He probably wants 12 or 11. If you listen, negotiation one-on-one, if you want 11 to 12 million, you don't ask for 11 to 12 million. You're going to ask for 15, 16 million. And how do we know what he wanted anyway? The media, you got your little, hey, I got my spies out there. We don't know if that's true or not. But I'm telling you one thing, though. He's still capable of being a good running back in the NFL. Yeah, in the right situation. Dalvin Cook is still explosive. He's still explosive because most of the good teams anyway, they share carries anyway. Remember that. Mm-hmm. There's no feature back too much except maybe King Henry. But other than that, most of the running backs in the NFL, they share carries. So you put him in a great situation. So yeah, he's gonna be explosive.
Yeah. So you want to pay him $12 million a year to split carries?
Why not? If he's worth it, why not? Why not? I'm not in that man's pocket. I mean, why all these quarterbacks demanding all this money?
We should have kept Zeke then. We should have kept Zeke then.
No, we can't keep Zeke because Zeke has no more burst. Zeke doesn't have burst any longer. He doesn't have burst any longer.
But you're talking about splitting carries, though. So
yeah, but even with that being said, he doesn't have burst.
He's still one of the top running backs in the league for blocking. He's still one of the top running backs in the league.
Wait, hold on, wait. Are we paying a running back to block, or are we paying him to produce?
I mean, basically, it's the same. I mean, what are you going to pay Dalvin Cook $11 million for?
Because
you're not
he's still explosive.
You're not going to pay a running back $11 million to come off the bench.
But he's explosive though. Why not? I bet you the Jets go out and sign this man. When it's all said and done, I've been reading a lot of papers here in New York too. The Jets are one of the silent teams that's after him. that nobody's talking about. He
And-
might sign
and
with the Jets.
they
11
probably
million,
are.
11, 12 million.
They probably are. But I don't see any team signing him for 11 or 12 million unless they desperate. Unless their main feature back goes down. Something happens in training camp that they has no other option out there to do it. And now they have money to spend and move around. I mean, Miami is not even in a position really to pay him. So the fact that they came up with a plan to even try to offer him and play him tells you. I mean, I feel like Miami is one of the best situations that he can go play in. Miami loaded.
Mm-hmm.
They loaded. Besides a quarterback for me, because if Tua get hurt, I still feel like they don't have a quarterback, and I still can't really say Tua is the answer because his concussion status is so bad.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see who's gonna pay this man. We're gonna see. I'm
see.
with all
But I'm not
professional
watching.
athletes getting that bag.
You're not on
All
the watch.
professional athletes getting that bag. I wish I was getting that bag.
Yeah, I don't think that, like somebody said earlier, if there's a situation where somebody has an injury, yeah, they'll pick him up. But I see him signing somewhere about eight, no more than 8 or 9 million, 8 to 10 at the most. I think 10 is a high end.
I say 10 at the most. Yeah, at the absolute most, it'd be 10.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna table this discussion when it gets signed, and we're gonna come right back to this discussion. I got my notes right here.
Talk about it.
I got it right here.
So Joseph,
See what my boy Joe said.
I believe it.
He had 12 touchdowns, 8 yards, and missed 2 games. And that's what I'm saying. The point of it is, I don't want to make this about Zeke. I was just really more saying, the Dalvin Cook situation, his money, and that's why the Cowboys wouldn't sign him. I definitely would say, if there's any way for us to bring Zeke back, I wouldn't mind having Zeke back in the fold. But he has to accept the role that he's not the feature back anymore. And that's my personal opinion. But I think that if we run the Texas Coast offense, as Mike McCarthy is calling it, then Zeke is not going to be a factor in that passing game, in that short passing game. You need quick backs.
Okay. So you think that's why we took a Deuce Vaughn, right? Tony Pollard, Malik Davis, more quicker backs, more shifty guys.
Quick backs, yeah. Because if you go back to when they did win the Super Bowl in Mike McCarthy's offense, Jesus, his name was on tip of my tongue.
It was Ryan Grant.
Was it right? And it was another back he had too. But you know what I'm talking about. It was a quick pass offense. You had some slants, some slants, some sit downs, and then the back would do a banana route into the flats. And it was real quick. If it's not here, boom, get it to the back. And I don't see Zeke as that back in Mike McCarthy's offense.
I got you.
But that's my personal opinion.
Again, I feel even with Zeke, like I say, we don't make this a topic of discussion, but even with Zeke, I feel like if a team do sign him, it won't be until a team really, really needs a running back. Need a running back. Would I mind having Zeke back? No, I wouldn't, just because it's a new offense now. Let Mike McCarthy tell it. But short yardage. He gets you those hard 1, 2, 3 yards you need. I think he could still get you those. I think going in for a red zone, he gets you that hard 1 yard you need to punch the ball in.
Definitely has those for the goal line.
If nothing else, he's still one of the most dominant backs in the league that can block. And I still don't feel like we have a tight end that can block at this moment. I know that the tight end, that Shoemaker, I know that's what he's supposed to be known for, being a good blocking tight end, and having good hands. But until I see him in the game, and until I see it happen, I can't say it can happen. Him or Ferguson, whichever one gonna win the starting position. I have to see it. I have to see it. But it's just some things about Zeke that we know that can happen. And I'm not mad about any of it, with Zeke. I mean, business is business. I get it. But Zeke does have the understanding that he won't be a starting running back if he did come back here. He has that understanding. And he's cool with that. He's fine with it. He know anywhere he goes that he's not going to be a starting running back. Again, like I said, unless the team call upon him because someone got hurt. But he knows that. So, I mean, for me, it makes sense. But I get it. At some point in time, you have to turn a leaf. You draft players for a reason. And you can't just always keep your drafted players on a shelf just because you want to constantly cater to your players that you are comfortable with. And we all know that Zeke and Jerry have a remarkable relationship. Him and Dak has a remarkable relationship. He has a relationship with the team that's here. But we also know we have to move on from players. So I get it.
I also feel that these running backs coming out of college, or these not just running backs, these players coming out of college now are so much advanced than what they used to be, years ago.
True.
One thing that I've learned from refereeing is that there are leagues now that start kids off playing tackle football at the age, in the first grade now. So think about these kids now that have been playing football from first grade. Yeah, first grade. They do 5-on-5, but it's still first grade and it's tackle. But think about these kids now that have passing camps. They have 7-on-7 camps. They have, traveling teams. They have so many, avenues to start playing football early. And these kids aren't running the plays that we used to run back in high school. Power right, power left, off tackle, traps, a slant fades. What's up, G? Slant fades. These guys are running. When I'm refereeing, I'm hearing these coaches calling, plays like these kids is in college. So these kids that are coming out, these young men that are coming out of college now, it's more easy to bring this kid out of college, pay him $800,000 a year, $1 million a year, and the Cats, $16-17 million a year now.
Right.
I think the money, in my opinion, now is going to the defensive side of the ball. It's the quarterbacks, the D line, and a quarterbacks and D line now.
And QBs in the pass rusher. Exactly. Yep. And you can look at Malik Davis. Malik Davis was undrafted. He gonna get significant touches this year. You know what I mean? Like he gonna touch that rock quite a bit.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah,
after his performance in the 49er game and the coaches couldn't trust him?
Well,
can you blame that on him?
Hey,
yeah,
there was a lot of articles going on. No, wait a minute.
I was just trying to make it.
Wait a minute. He wasn't prepared the whole week. Everybody read that. He wasn't prepared.
Yeah,
he didn't want to do anything. And then when he got in the game, he almost got that blown up. So do you really want to trust somebody like that right now? Just think about it.
Do you blame a player for not being prepared for a situation?
Yes. It's your job. That's your job.
It's your job. It's a job for the player to be prepared. But shouldn't your coaches also make sure that all players are prepared for that type of game?
Well,
knowing what that type of game holds and what significant that game means. Shouldn't your coaches hold some type of responsibility for that?
Not when you're running. Go ahead, Fox, because I got a rebuttal for that one.
I'm gonna ask you before, so you can rebuttal to this. After Pollard went out, what happened to the offense?
It went downhill, brother. It went downhill. We only had one playmaker, and that was actually CD Lamb, and that was it.
So let you know that they only prepare for what?
I'm not going to say that, but still, as a player, Nikki, listen, as a player and an athlete, You supposed to know your assignments because you got to stay
Don't
ready so you don't have to
direct
get
me.
ready.
Don't direct
No,
nothing to me.
but listen, Nikki, but you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
And I
he
get
should have
that.
stayed ready.
I get
I'm not going to sit
that.
here and just blame the coaches on everything.
I'm not blaming
Any
coaches on
athletes
everything.
out there, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. They tell you that in basketball, baseball, football, whatever it is.
And
He just
that's in
wasn't
life.
ready.
That's in
He
life.
wasn't ready
That's
though.
in life,
He wasn't ready
period.
though.
That's in life, period.
Listen,
I'm not
it's
saying
going as a professional, as a coach or whatever, it's going to be hard for me to trust somebody like that who basically, this was a very important game, but he didn't get himself ready. We can't always blame everything on the coaches now. We can't do that all the time. He's a professional. He's a professional playing a kid's game and getting paid for it. You got to stay ready at all times. You got to stay ready. You got to stay ready.
I'm not saying that a player doesn't have to be ready. I'm not saying that you should not be ready. That's in life in general. You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But what I'm saying is, if you are in a coach and you are practicing on a daily with your team, you still, as a coach, you prepare your other players for mishaps or situations in games. Injuries happen in these type of games. This is the game that injuries happen in. So you make sure, even if so, as me, I just doing this show. It's not your responsibility to make sure it's y'all. It's not totally your responsibility to make sure I'm ready, but it is your responsibility in a way because don't we discuss weekly what we're going to discuss on this show? Don't we already have this lined up?
Yes, we do.
If I can't be here, I have a backup for me at least. I'm not going to be here showing, but I got a backup for me. I'm just saying. I mean, I understand totally that the player is responsible. And he has to take accountability for not having himself ready. But I'm going to have to blame because he's not your starting role running back or your second choice at running back. So I'm going to have to blame the coaches on some of this. I'm not saying it's the coach's fault. Yes, he gets responsibility, but I think coaching gets a little bit of it as well.
I don't know. Like Brock Purdy the quarterbacks went down. Brock Purdy stepped up because he was ready. He stayed ready. You got to mentally stay prepared.
You don't think the coaches didn't help him get ready?
Sometimes the coach can help you, but on your off hours, you got to stay prepared. You got to study. You got to study. You got to study. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's why I'm saying you can't always study on your own. Nikki, you have a playbook. You have an iPad, right? As a professional football player, basketball player, baseball player, you have an iPad. And when you have that iPad, it's up to you to study the plays just in case something happens so you are prepared. You can't always say, hey, the coaches got no, you have to do it on your own. To be great, you have to be great on your own. You can't always look for the coaches to prepare you so you can be great. That's all I'm saying. And to me, I can't trust somebody who's not putting. Yeah, but Nikki, but you have to still prepare yourself, though, Nikki.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
We're gonna agree to disagree.
We're gonna disagree.
And we're gonna move on from this topic because we
need to have a whole show. We need to have a whole show on that. We need to have a whole show on that.
But Mr. Cowboy.
Let's give the people what they want. Let's give the people what we back, baby. Let's give the people what they want. They want that excitement.
Nation, would you like to interject into this conversation?
Well, what I heard, now, nigga, you can tell me if this is true or untrue, but what I heard was that Malik Davis was questioning why I have to work this hard if I'm not going to play, right? So his mindset was, I'm not getting on the field, right? So, and he half-assed it, right? And his number got called and he wasn't ready, right? So, I blame that on him being young and dumb, right? He didn't understand that your number can be called at any time.
Right.
So just like K Boogie said, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. I felt like he was young and dumb, didn't understand it, and it bit him in the behind. But I think he understands that now. And that's why I think he will take this opportunity more seriously. Look, Malik told that thing. I love to see him run, right? So I think he realized he thinks he has a real shot. So I think he would take this opportunity more serious than he did. Yeah.
How about Rico? How about Rico Dowdell? Rico's nice too. He's just been
injured. He is.
Rico nice too.
But I like Rico.
Rico nice too.
I like Rico.
I'm gonna add just a little bit to this subject, and then we definitely can go to the next one.
It's right now. It's 2 against 2. Sean, come on, pull me through.
So it's like this. You got 4 running backs on the roster. You put 4 running backs, and if you want to count our kick returner as a running back, you got 5 running backs that are on the game day roster, right? Mm-hmm. You got the first team who gets probably 75% of the reps. You got your second string who's going to get about 10, 15% of the reps. The rest of the players are going to get a couple of reps in. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to the blocking aspect for Malik Davis, I can't blame him because he's not out there with the first team every day blocking. He doesn't know he doesn't know every call, every little wiggle, every little hand movement, every gesture because he's not out there for that. Now, on the flip side of that, that's where he should have been in his books and studying. Mm-hmm. He should have been studying, and he should have been ready.
Right.
Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I still blame that game on Mike McCarthy for not being able to step in and tell Kellen Moore that you're calling is not working. Do something different. So that's my take on it.
Man, that sounds like a Jason Garrett setup to me, but I'm not gonna say nothing. That sounds like a Jason Garrett setup, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Did I say that?
You ain't gonna say nothing?
Nah.
So Kelly said everybody needs to be held accountable, including the janitor.
What's up, Magic City?
Nobody can hold you prepared but you. Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's that.
Right.
So we can shut the door. On that comment right there, we can shut the door on that.
Right now.
Shut the kitchen
We're
door.
gonna see what happens with Malik Davis in training camp, and let's see what happens in preseason, and let's see who makes it to this 53-man roster out of that. We'll take it from there. We'll revisit this topic later. I ain't gonna let it go.
I'm about to say, she got to get her last little shot in there.
Oh man, we're gonna have a Teddy Pendergrass moment. Think you better let it go. Like another love TK, yo.
So before we get into the subject about before we talk about what the training camp and what we want to see out of the team and so forth and so on. What do you guys? Why do you think that Dak is still getting as much attention as he is? The season is over with. We got a new season coming on. Kellen Moore is gone. So forth and so on. Why is Dak still the number one topic of the Cowboys?
Because he the Cowboys quarterback. He the Cowboys quarterback.
It's Cowboy Nation, baby. We move the needle no matter where we are, no matter if it's on season, off season, vacation or not. The Cowboys move the needle. Look at ESPN. Look at Fox Sports. Look all over the globe. Cowboys move the needle. So because Dak Prescott, he had a subpar year last year, I'll call it that, and we didn't advance in the playoffs against the 49ers 2 years in a row, they're going to pick on him until he gets us over the hump.
Right.
And that's it. And then you got to understand, too, they also feel the pulse of the Cowboy Nation, too. They have analysts. They have people doing research on the Cowboys and seeing what's going on, too. So they say, what? Dak Prescott? He's 2-4 in the playoffs? Oh, yeah, let's get him. And he wants an extension? Oh, yeah, let's get him. Mike McCarthy? Oh, forget Mike McCarthy. It's all about Dak Prescott. That's just how it goes in the media. I'm sorry to say it, but it is what it is. He's a lightning rod right now, just like, Romo was. Him and Romo have the same parallel, if you ask me. It's the same thing, almost. But Dak is a little younger, and so hopefully Dak can get us over the top.
That's true. It doesn't have.
Hey, she ain't lying.
Mickey Mouse.
She ain't lying.
Mickey Mouse. No lies. You get some facts. He said Mickey Mouse.
That's true.
With the Mickey Mouse.
It's that. I mean, it's the Cowboys. Like, there's no sports if you're not talking about the Cowboys. I mean, I literally sit here working all day from home, and I'll put it on ESPN just to see what they're talking about. And they will literally jump and make up a topic about the Cowboys just so they can have someone to watch or have something to say to make people tune in. They'll just make up a topic. I'm like, that's just a topic y'all just made up. Like, that ain't even nothing to talk about. But Kenyatta, I kind of want to touch on a word you used a few minutes ago when you said that wants an extension. Is that want an extension, or is it the fact that they have to give an extension because of the contract that he was given? So I don't think it's that I'm not. Surely he wants one to stay here. Surely he wants one because it would carry more years on him being here. But is because he really is it wanting, or is it because of what they did waiting so late to pay him and how they got stuck in a pickle with his contract? You know what I'm saying?
It's probably a little bit of both. What's up, Wayne? What's going on, Mr. Eagle fan? What's going on, Mr. Charles? That's the Eagle fan right there. That's the Eagle fan right there. What's up, Wayne?
That's a question to remain seen. We don't know that. We can't answer that. I mean, unless an extension is given before the season or midway through the season, or right after the season, that's a story that remains to be seen. We can't answer that. What I do know is that how much money he holds. If we want to go on a limb and guess about what his contract is and what his contract holds, I would say he will get it. They will figure out a way to get an extension done.
I'm a small betting man. I play blackjack. I'm not really a big, slots guy. But if I was sitting at a blackjack table and I would have to bet whether Dak is going to get an extension or not, I'd probably put a good wager on it.
I would too.
We all would.
I would.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, it's gonna say the Cowboys money in the long run as well. And you can't find top 10 quarterbacks. They don't grow on trees.
They do not.
Top 10 quarterbacks do not grow on trees. Let's call it what it is. They don't. So we could say we want them replaced. We could say this and that, but you can't just replace the top 10 quarterback. Sorry, you can't do it. I knew it. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Can I answer that?
He never done anything to deserve it.
Yeah, can I answer that?
We'll let it. Yeah.
Okay, let me just say this.
I'm gonna drink.
He did the same thing Daniel Jones did to deserve $40 million.
He played better than Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones has no business signing a $40 million contract. Right? So if Daniel Jones got $40 million, Dak is good for 50 easy. Easy, right? So and on top of that, if we get rid of Dak, who you gonna play? We didn't draft. Now, if we drafted the guy in the top 3 rounds, okay, I can. But who? We didn't draft the guy in the top 3 rounds. So if we get rid of Dak, who playing?
Can I say it? Can I say it? Can I say it?
Draft the guy in the top 3 rounds.
Can I say Cooper Rush? Can I say Cooper Rush? That's what they want. That's what the fans want. Cooper Rush. They want Cooper Rush. I'm telling you, they want Cooper Rush. I'm telling you. Oh, Lord, they want Cooper Rush. I'm telling you. There's some fans out there that want Cooper Rush.
That's the only way that
That's what they want.
Is if they draft the quarterback in the first. If they would have dropped the quarterback in the first round, second round, then I can sit here and I can honestly say it's a possibility they don't play well. Bam, whatever. But the fact that they didn't even touch a quarterback until the last part of the thing, and it wasn't until no rounds they even touched a quarterback, and then they even just said, what, forget it, let's just re-sign Cooper, let's just get a deal with Cooper Rush. Do you honestly think if Cooper Rush was really the quarterback that some Cowboy fans think he is because of what happened with the defense winning, playing good game the first 5 games? Nobody was beating down Jerry Jones' door to get Cooper Rush. If that was the case, Cooper Rush would have easily told them what he got paid. He would have easily said, no, I'm out of here. I'm going to take a chance on free agency. He signed that deal as soon as he probably had his name signed before Jerry even turned the next page over. because nobody was beating down Jerry Jones' door for him. Oh my God.
We need that for the show.
We're gonna come back to that.
We need Jeep.
I just
we
want to
need him.
know. We're gonna
We
come
need
back
Jeep.
to
Jeep.
That's actually one of the topics I had tonight, but
Yeah,
I was saving
He getting ahead of the show. Yeah, he getting ahead of the show. We gonna touch on that.
But I'm gonna say that for last. But,
anomaly anyway, but
I'm gonna say that for last because anyway, fans, I wish they would remove the Romo feeling and quit holding on to the fact that Romo, you know, well, that's fine. You don't have to be here. You can look it up though.
Nikki, you know I tell you on Facebook all the time, give me your phone because you.
He said, "Give the phone." Oh Lord,
I'm not gonna even say nothing. But I just wish fans would remove their madness and their feelings about the Romo thing, about how it happened with Romo and all that. People still blaming Dak for the situation with Romo. It's not Romo. It's not Dak's fault. Jason Garrett put Romo in the meaningless game against the Seattle Seahawks in the preseason game, knowing that he had just came back from a previous injury. That's not Dak's fault. Dak came in 2016. Replaced Romo. He did it up. He played well. He did good. It happened. It's time to move on from it. Yes, we need Dak to get over the hump. Yes, we need to see it. Yes, we need it to happen. Yes, we need it to happen quickly. As Cowboy fans, we're all tired. We're all frustrated. We're tired of the 30-year jokes. It's been 30 years, or we still holding on. We're tired of that. So I do totally understand that, and I do understand the frustration from every Cowboys fan. But can you honestly sit here and say that, again, goes back to what Mr. Cowboy Nation said, everyone is quick to say this, but nobody could give us and have yet to tell us who could replace him. Who's going to replace him?
Mm-hmm. And I'm not interested in taking a step back. I'm not. Now, I know I have my opinions about Dak Prescott, but I am not interested in taking a step back. So if you can't tell me who's going to step in and do a better job, then I'm good with where we at right now.
Right.
It's the same parallels with Romo, though. It's the same exact thing that happened. Same thing, same exact thing. I mean, Romo couldn't get us over the hump. Why? I don't know.
Right.
That's the same thing. But to be honest with you, we haven't been well at situational football. Let's call it what it is. In crucial times of certain games, we haven't performed collectively as a group, as a team. So I'm not going to just sit here and blame it on Romo or Dak. As a team, we just haven't gotten it done.
Right.
So can I ask a question on this? Can I ask a question on this subject?
Yes, sir.
So what part did Kellen Moore have in all this?
He the play caller.
And I'm being honest.
He the play caller.
How many Cowboy fans on this screen or watching this thread have sat there and questioned play call after play call after play call after play call? And the first thing somebody says is, but that could have changed the play. What people don't understand is when they go in that huddle, the quarterbacks call two plays. When they go in there and talk about check and Oscar Meyer Wiener or whatever they saying, all they're doing, all they're doing is changing one play to the next play. Mm-hmm. There's no more Peyton Mannings out there right now. As great as great as Aaron Rodgers is, as good as Aaron Rodgers is, he still has to listen to his coach. That's why they broke up in Green Bay. So Patrick Mahomes, as great as a quarterback as he is, he still has to listen to Andy Reid. And as a matter of fact, I was watching some episode where Kelsey was saying how Andy Reid ended up getting in his ass about something that he didn't do because of a play that he did. You know, he ran a different. I think that pitch that he did. I think he did like 2 weeks in a row. He pitched the ball up, and Andy Reid came over there and got in his ass about something. So the point being is that I say this. I say 50% of Dak's issues was on Dak, and the other 50% was on play call. And when I say it was on Dak, is because there are times where I think that he followed his first read and didn't have any faith in his receiving core. That's why we went out and got another receiver. And then I think some of it was just the basic ass calling that Kellen Moore was doing. That's just my opinion.
Hey, people still trying to understand why they call the pass play on when it was 2nd and 2. Why didn't they call a quarterback sneak or a running back draw or even a screen pass? Because they were the 49ers was actually a passing defense at that time. Not running, it was pass. So everybody's like, why didn't they just run the ball? I said, I don't know. You got to ask Kellen Moore that question. I'm not Kellen Moore. You know, Kellen, I don't know. Kellen Moore just, sometimes, you know what it is? He wants to be so efficient and so aggressive that sometimes he's his worst own enemy. He was he's so aggressive and he wanted to be like Air Coryell that he should have just dumbed it down just a little bit.
So while y'all talking about that, I'm going to pull up the San Francisco Cowboys game and see if I can find the defense that they were playing.
It was that bracket coverage, right? For the most part,
playing that bracket coverage. They're playing that Tampa Bay bracket coverage that they played against us in the first game.
They had They had 4 D linemen. They had 5 individuals that was playing about 5 to 7 yards off the ball, straight in the line, and then they had 2 safeties. And they played that the whole game, except they blitzed the safety a couple times. Okay, let's see here. It's 220. Y'all go ahead. I'll pull it up.
So, K Boogie, you brought up the Tampa Bay game, right? So, you remember they talked to one of the, I don't know if it was, I probably was Devin White.
It was Devin White. And he said they knew what was coming. He
said we knew they wouldn't commit to the run. Right. So we just sat on the short routes because we knew they wasn't going to commit to the run. So, and I really think that was like 80 to 90% of Dak's problem. We had an OC that wouldn't commit to the run. The passing, the play calls were basic, vanilla, right? So and I know I was pissed off on the San Francisco game. It was guys open, but at the same time, if you're not trusting these play calls, right? So and you're not running the ball, and you saw the Denver game, they faking the blitz, dropping 7 out because they knew we're not gonna run the ball. So they showing Dak blitz and dropping out into a pass coverage because they know we passing. They know we're not gonna run it, right? So So I was trying to say that for the end of the show, but
hey man, listen, we pivot a lot on this show, bro. We pivot a lot, so don't worry about it. We pivot. That's one thing about this show is we can pivot at a drop of a dime. So it's all good.
All right, so. I'm going back to what you just said here, Mr. Cowboy. This next play here. Look now, I'm gonna pause it real quick.
Look at that.
Now look where everybody's at. Look where everybody's at. Obviously, it's 2nd and 14, but so they just pretty much did this the whole game. Now watch where. Look what they did.
Everybody drop out.
Everybody drop out.
Yep, everybody drop out.
You know, and did we complete that pass? Yes, they did. But look here. Look at the alignment of the defense right there. Let me go back.
Look at this line on the 40. Just look at the 40-yard line.
Look at the alignment. Look where everybody is at. Look where all the routes are at.
Exactly.
So you can't tell me that is just all on the quarterback. Look where the routes are at.
Yeah.
They're blanking it. You know, is that the quarterback's fault or is that the offense? You know, so I'm not gonna separate and give Dak a pass. No, I'm not. But the film just says it. San Francisco. Here's another play. Look where everybody is at.
Mm-hmm.
Just an interception.
Yeah, that's the interception. Yeah.
But on that interception, Gallup didn't come back to the ball, right?
Yeah.
Gallup gave up on the play.
He did.
But that's Dak's fault, though. That was Dak's fault. You know, even though he threw the interception, Gallup stops. And a lot of times, Gallup does that a lot of times. He just gives up on the play.
Yeah, he's
done. He gives up on the play a lot.
But I don't want to go back because, you know, we could stay on this game and talk for 5 hours off of this one game right here. But the point of it was San Francisco's defense was horrible. It was a horrible matchup for our offense on how they played their defense.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, that's just. I mean, the film it doesn't lie.
Hey, listen. They just went back to the Tampa Bay game and they perfected that defense. How Tampa played us the first game of the year. That's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what they did. They copied it because they said, "Man, please, we're not worried about them running by us or anything else." That's why I'm glad at least Brandon Cooks is here. So if they try that look, give me that 9 right. Open up the offense a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest with you, I don't think Mike McCarthy's going to run the ball that much either. Maybe in certain situations he may run the ball, but he's never been a running head coach. He's never been a coach that runs the ball a lot.
I don't know about that one now. I don't know
look
about
at
that
his
one.
look. When you go back, look at his whole career. Mike McCarthy is not one of the coaches that's just going to sit here and hand the ball off all the time.
But his short passing game substitutes for the run game.
Well, I say this: when they won the Super Bowl, Ryan Grant led the NFC in rushing in the postseason. Right. So if he got the horses to do it, he will run the ball.
But let me ask you a question: you think Pollard is not a workhorse?
I mean, we got like 4 or 5 backs, right? So
yeah, but,
like
you have to trust them, though. See, that's the thing. But do you really trust them? We can have as many backs as you want, but do we really trust those backs in crucial situations? That's my thing. Do we trust?
I trust Rojo. Yeah, I trust Rojo. I trust Pollard. Right? Now,
you trust? You sure you trust Rojo?
Yeah.
The Chiefs didn't. The Chiefs, he barely played last year. You sure?
That's because Isaiah Pacheco was a man possessed. Isaiah Pacheco was toting it, right? So you're not gonna take him out.
He was in the second half of the year. He did. In the first half of the year was the other running back, the guy from LSU. I can't remember his name. The first round.
Clyde, it was there. Yeah.
So I mean, but you have to be able to trust your running backs. I can't say right now that we gonna trust these guys. I don't know. We're gonna have to see. So
I don't know if y'all can see this screen. Y'all can see this screen.
I can see it.
So we're going back to Mike McCarthy's days as an offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't great. He had this 13-3 year.
That's the year they lost to the Giants. That's the year we lost to them too.
So the 2010 Packers, that's the one that won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But look at all these good teams where 13-3, 1-1. You know, won the first, lost in the second round of the playoffs, didn't make the playoffs. 11-5, lost in the first round of the playoffs, won the Super Bowl. 15. Now this one is the one right here. 15-1 and lost in the first round lost in the divisional round of the playoffs. 11-5, lost in the second round of the playoffs. You know, he doesn't have a stellar playoff record, with the exception of his Super Bowl year. You know.
Well, I can say this: I know a guy who played on a couple of those teams, right? He feels that Aaron Rodgers was to blame for the team underachieving. His exact words was, Aaron Rodgers was a drama queen. We should have had more than one ring. Like this now, you can take what you want and take it how you want it. But a guy that played D tackle on that team feels like Aaron Rodgers is the reason for their team only winning one Super Bowl.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is who he is. He's a diva, though. He's a diva.
Yeah, I mean, like,
as well, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Kevin, I can say this: we gave Garrett the business on this show.
Ooh, we used to give. That's before I got here, but
business. Yeah,
we used to give it to him in the barbershop all the time.
We gave him the business. We gave the clapper the business.
He wasn't clapping though. Red. All he did was clap.
Yeah. So
all he did was clap.
My only thing about McCarthy right now is that as a head coach of the Cowboys, and I was, we all saw it numerous times on the sideline. How many times did he not challenge a play that should have been challenged?
Oh my God!
How many times did he not call a timeout to settle the team down? He didn't call a timeout. How many times did he mismanage the clock for us to lose? How many times have you seen him even go to the? Do you think Bill Belichick would have allowed some of the play calling, some of the time management stuff from his offensive coordinator? Do you think
Absolutely
Bill Belichick would have allowed any of that?
Absolutely not.
Different mindsets, different
Bill
different coaches.
Bill Parcells would have allowed any of the botched time management problems that we had.
Never.
So I just feel as the team goes, as the head coach goes, as the team goes. If he goes in that locker room and quit smashing watermelons and buying Bengay and buckets of fried chicken for the players before the game to try to motivate them, and just go out there and tell them to do their damn jobs, then I think we'll be all right.
Well, let me say this. So somebody asked the question, if the Cowboys don't make it past the second round or whatnot, is Dak Prescott in a Cowboys uniform after this season? Is Mike McCarthy under the same pressure? Like, because there's really no, like we can say there's no more excuses for Dak. There's really no more excuses for Mike McCarthy either, right? So Kellen Moore's gone. You calling the plays. You got your boy in here running the offense. So if it's the same thing, offensive-wise, we still mismanaging the clock. We still a flight risk in situational football, right? There's nobody else to point the finger at but Mike, right? And you got Dan Quinn over here. I say 80 to 90% of Cowboy Nation really want Dan Quinn as a head coach anyway, right? So does Mike survive another playoff collapse?
Nope. He has to get us to the NFC Championship game. In my estimation, if we don't get to the NFC Championship game, Big Mike is gone. And Dan Quinn will be the coach. Dan Quinn will be the coach, or maybe another college coach from USC might be the coach.
Nah, I think Dan Quinn take it. Yeah, if he fired Mike, Dan Quinn definitely take it. Yeah.
So look at the game that Dan Quinn did coach for us. Did
we look like a football team?
Yeah.
How did the players respond?
They love him, though. Yeah. They love him. They do love him.
Yeah,
I mean they do
like
love
a
Dan.
football team in their game.
They love him.
And this man did not turn down head coaching jobs for 2 years straight. if Big Jerry Jones didn't whisper something in his ear.
Exactly.
Let's just keep it 100.
Jerry, Joke Jones is the salesman of the year. You know he is. Joke Jones is the salesman of the year, so you don't know what he could have said in his ear. Sweet nothings or whatever. So,
he said something to everyone.
He said something. He said something to him, so I don't know.
Hey, y'all hear me?
Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
we can hear you now. So let's see what happens. Listen,
if I'm the assistant manager of a car lot and somebody offers me a car lot, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm gone. You know, if I'm the assistant manager of a car lot and somebody comes to me and say, you know what, you're gonna be the next manager of this car lot, then I'm gonna stay my butt right there. Because so that's just my feelings on.
I don't know, man. It depends on what car lot we talk about. Chevrolet, BMW, Jaguar, what we talk about, bro? Hold on now.
The Cowboys, we talking top of the line. We talking Porsche.
Wait a minute. The opportunities may be there, but he might say, you know what? Maybe he might stay back a little bit. The Cowboys, I love Michael Parsons. I love the defense. I put the defense together. Maybe I'll stay here. You know? So I'm praying that we win go to the Super Bowl. I'm praying that we win the Super Bowl. But if it doesn't happen, I think Mike McCarthy's more on a high seat than Dak Prescott is, because you can't just get rid of a top 10 quarterback. You can always find a coach But you cannot get rid of a top 10 quarterback. You can't.
I say this: you got Mike McCarthy's replacement in the building already. You don't have Dak Prescott's replacement in the building already.
We didn't even smell his replacement. We don't know where it's at.
So
you can't just get rid of him like that.
Right. Yeah. So this my take on it with that. Jerry and Kellen Moore also had a good relationship. He kept Kellen Moore around as long as he did, because he had a good relationship with Kellen Moore. He could have easily let Kellen Moore go when he let Jason Garrett go. So the fact that even after this season, he had to ponder on letting Kellen Moore go again, which I think was more of a Mike McCarthy's decision and Stephen Jones' decision, coming together and collaboratively speaking amongst themselves, and then taking it to Jerry, saying, "Hey, this is what I need. This is what I want." Jerry collectively agreed to let Kellen Moore walk with the mindset, because let's remember who we're dealing with. We're dealing with Jerry Jones. He's a narcissist. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what he's gonna do is, cool. I'm gonna put, now what I'm doing, I'm putting this back on you. You said Kellen Moore the issue. You blame you for the last 2 seasons. We have lost to the San Francisco 49ers. But you come in my office and you tell me that it's because of X, Y, Z. Kellen Moore this, Kellen Moore that, Kellen Moore this, Kellen Moore that. And let's remember, Jerry convinced Mike McCarthy to keep Kellen Moore. Mike McCarthy did not want Kellen Moore. Jerry convinced him. Okay? So the fact that Jerry agreed to finally let Kellen Moore go tells you, you say Kellen Moore is is the problem. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna let him go based on what you're sitting in my office telling me. We don't win next year, you have no more Kellen Moore to blame. Not only do you have no more Kellen Moore to blame, we're now gonna see Kellen Moore with another team and another offense and another team. So if we get stuck in the same X spot, but Kellen Moore goes over here and he goes to YY spot, who is really the problem? You gotta go, Mike McCarthy.
Hey, don't forget, he already was joking with Mike McCarthy at the press conference. Said, "Oh, we don't have a player problem. We have a coach's problem." And smacking Mike on the back. He already warned him. He warned him in front of everybody.
He wasn't
joking. He warned him on national television in front of everybody. All right, bro.
Always a joke.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I lying about that.
One more thing about Kellen Moore. Dak and Kellen Moore grew up together.
Yeah.
They grew up together, and they was in the same quarterback's room behind Romo when all those injuries, when he got hurt and Romo got hurt, which propelled Dak to the starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He stays in.
I always sense some jealousy in Kellen Moore with coaching Dak. I have always sensed some jealousy in that. Just by some of the things. I have always just sensed that.
I say it all the time, and I'll put money on this. Dak plays better in a hurry up offense.
Yes,
he calls his own play.
He does.
He plays so much better because he is calling plays. He's calling plays that he wants to run and he feels comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
What he sees on the field. Going back to that San Francisco game,
mm-hmm.
How many times do you see those linebackers and safeties drop into certain areas? It don't matter if they had 13 players on the line, they still drop into the same areas. And I didn't see no. I think the thing that got me about our offense is that when we ran those trick plays and everybody was oohing and ahhing about him. We did those trick plays. We were up, you know, a bunch of points. The other team already knew they was gonna lose, so that's why those trick plays were working.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get in a real competitive game and call a trick play. Come on now, that's not coaching.
That's not coaching.
That's not coaching.
When all you have to do is commit to the run.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
We're gonna see about the committed to the run thing.
Is Kendall down on here? Donald would love to hear that. Commit to the run.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen though. I'm telling you, I don't think he's gonna commit to the run like everybody keeps saying he is. I don't think so. I don't think he is.
Who? Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he is. We might be.
I mean, what he said
it might be better.
Sense.
It may be better at situational football at times, but I don't think he's gonna be committed to the run.
That's true.
Like I said, do we really trust our running back right now? The running back's room, do you really trust it? I know it can grow from now until the season starts, but do you really trust it? That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
That's why you got Zeke out there. I think Zeke gonna stand back. To be really want me to be honest, I think Zeke gonna stand back. If they don't like what they see with these backs in camp, Zeke will be back.
I don't know. I'd take a fly on Kareem Hunt. I don't care what the Browns said about him.
I like Kareem
I don't
Hunt.
care what the Browns say about him. I would take a fly on and bring him in and see what happens.
I like Kareem Hunt too. You know, is James Robinson still out there?
James Robinson out there too.
Yeah,
out there too.
Yeah.
I mean, so we got to see what's going to happen. I don't know. I'm praying for the best. I'm praying for the best, but just in case, I mean, hey, you always got to pray for the best. Well, just in case, hey, we don't know. We don't know what to expect from Mike McCarthy right now. I tell you what, though, Aaron Rodgers said that, hey, he was stuck in the old times, though. That's why he wanted to get rid of him, too. So we have to remember that. And now he's such an analytical genius. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what happens in the first 8 weeks of the season. Let's see what type of adjustments that you make to improve the team after that.
Mm-hmm. What has Aaron Rodgers done without Mike McCarthy? Like, since Mike McCarthy was such the problem, right? And they ran Mike McCarthy out of Green Bay. What has Aaron Rodgers done since Mike McCarthy been gone? Nothing.
He just won 2 MVPs. That's it.
And he also scored 10 points in the NFC Championship game.
So it might be a little bit of both. We don't know. It might be a little bit of both.
Yeah. So
would y'all say that will Mike McCarthy calling plays benefit us or hurt us?
I can't say until we see.
I think it would benefit us. If he does what he said he's going to do, it would benefit us.
But has he done it though?
Right, so
has he really done it though in the past? Has he really committed to the run? That's all I'm saying. Has he really committed to it?
Has he had this type of defense in the past? Like this is going to be a top 5 defense, barring injury. This is going to be a top 5 defense. You got to run the ball and take care of the defense. You have to.
My thing about Mike McCarthy calling plays, if it's going to keep him engaged in the game, I'm all for it. I'm just being 100% honest. I'm all for it. It's going to keep him to thinking and keep him to, you know, because like I said, how many times did y'all see this on the sideline?
Every game.
It was 2. He did it all the time.
Every game.
He did it all the time.
Every game.
It's not just that. We got to reduce these penalties to critical situations. See, that's another thing. We have to reduce the penalties. The penalties are a drive killer. So we have to do better with these penalties, man. Penalties kill us all the time. So we have to do something. We have to make sure that we mentally tough when it comes down to reducing these penalties on both sides of the ball.
The first year.
We had an hour?
Yeah, we had an hour. We're over an hour.
We over.
I better stop before I get the old man time here. You know,
it's 9:05. Man, this ain't no overtime time.
The first
we to cut at an hour for the radio.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, yes. Let me play our little. You know.
We'll be right back, y'all.
We'll be right back.
This has been Stars Talking Cowboys, the podcast, with your hosts, Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. Be sure to check us out every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central. Also, hit us up on your favorite social media platform. Follow, rate, review, and subscribe.
Okay, back to Mike McCarthy.
The second half.
Back to Mike McCarthy.
Big Mike.
Like I said, I just wanted to be engaged. I want him to be a freaking head coach. Somebody make a stupid penalty,
All I wanted.
do something. Slap on the back of the helmet or something. Do something. I go back to, a couple of years ago when we lost to San Francisco. Third, how many third down penalties did Randy Gregory give us to give them first down?
Oh, my God. 3 of them, I believe. I think it was 3 of them. 3 of them.
For us to lose by 1 score, how many times did they score off of those? They scored twice. If we got the ball back.
They scored twice off of those penalties. You kept the drives alive.
If we would have got the ball back once out of that situation, it would have been a different ballgame. Not saying we would have won, but we would have had a better chance to win. So
hey, don't forget, we were scared
down.
that game, remember? We were scared.
Yeah.
We were scared. We came out, we scared.
And then your head coach come out and said the team was scared.
He said, I knew they were scared when we went into prayer. I knew they were scared. I was like,
he should have cursed somebody out. He should have played DMX or something. Get him out of it. He should have done something.
Okay, Mike McCarthy.
He's crazy.
So for me, my biggest issue with Mike McCarthy calling plays is if it's going to help us, cool. But my issue is with him calling plays and time clock management. That's my issue. He's horrible at time clock management. How is him calling plays going to affect the time clock management? Is someone else going to now effectively do the clock? Or is he going to still be in control of the clock and trying to call plays? Because clearly he can't do both. He can't chew bubblegum and walk. So,
somebody think he can chew bubblegum.
One of my biggest issues. And if you want to be fair, much as we want to blame Dak on some games, time clock management also went against us in some games.
Mm-hmm.
It was some things that if he would have managed the clock right, the timeout right, we would have had an opportunity in a game or two that we could have won if we just would have had that right timing. So that's just one of the things. That's one of my issues with him calling plays is time clock management, because we all know that these are horrible time clock management. It has affected us in more than one game.
Yeah, but I think he gonna have Schottenheimer in his ear, so hopefully, Schottenheimer will.
We gonna see. He better have somebody in his ear. He gonna have somebody in his ear. We gonna see about his time management. But hey, one of the things though too, we got to talk about the kicker situation.
Right,
that is pressing.
That's on the list.
Ooh, because having a reliable kicker can make you a better play caller. Having an unreliable kicker can make you a not so good play caller. Because I think if we had a reliable kicker in the 49er game, we probably would have ran the ball on that 2nd and 2 if we had a reliable kicker.
Right, because you could have trusted your kicker.
Exactly.
So
I like the kicker from the USFL we took though. He was pretty solid.
But us not having a reliable kicker, that's Dak's fault.
I knew you was gonna say that. Hey, listen,
that's my one shot,
man. But it's true though. I mean, everything is Dak's fault though. Everything is Dak's fault.
I mean, Randy Gregory getting the 3 penalties, that was Dak's fault. Well, offense shouldn't have had the defense on the field as long. No.
Well, if Dak scored more points, we don't need no kicker. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's what they said. Listen, if you read some of the older comments and some of the other chat groups and other groups on Facebook and Twitter and IG, you should read some of the comments. It's like he gets blamed for everything.
We We literally scored
Fumble.
two more
When they
touchdowns.
get the ball and fumble is that fault.
Yeah, we scored 2 more touchdowns a game with Dak and running offense versus Cooper Rush, and you still haven't seen people say that Cooper Rush was the better quarterback.
Yeah, they are a lot of fans that wish Cooper Rush was starting a quarterback too.
With a dummy down play calling. And
Yeah,
a defense that was literally playing lights out.
Yeah, they were playing lights out.
Playing lights out the
They were
first
playing
half.
lights out.
You know, so I mean,
it was the turnovers.
Even the game we lost against the Eagles, had we not had those 3 interceptions that Dak threw from standing on the sideline. If we not had those 3 interceptions, you know, we could have won that game. You know, that was Dak's fault too, because somehow he got the ball for Cooper Rush and threw the interceptions on the sideline. But
you know, Dak had the headset on, so he was telling Cooper Rush.
He was just throw a pick, man. Just throw a pick right here. Just it. You know, nobody looked at the fact how bad defense played that last half of that game. How many penalties we got back to back in that game. Back to back. Like literally, like it was like 5 penalties back to back.
How about the first drive when Dante Fowler was offsides? It was like 3rd down and goal. It was like, yo, what are you doing? Or 3rd down and gave him the first. He was like, come on. You remember, Fox? We was on live that game.
Yeah.
And it was like, Dante, what are you doing?
Or how about a 14-point lead against the Packers?
Green Bay
and Jacksonville.
They say, wait, dummy down the offense. The backup study the same. No, that was a dummy down offense.
That was a dummy down offense. And
it was.
They basically said it was. They said it was.
Pretty much it was. It was.
They did not call half the plays they called for when Dak played.
That game was pretty much run the ball twice, throw it once.
Don't throw the ball unless you necessarily have to.
Play action pass, and then we're gonna run it. That's what that game was.
Yeah, dummy down the playbook because Cooper Rush didn't have the ability that Dak Prescott does. So they dummied it down.
So Joe said if Cooper Rush had all 3 of his receivers against the Eagles, it might have been a different game.
Oh, I don't know. The lights was too bright for him. The lights was way too bright for him in Philadelphia. Meek Mill came out there. It was on NBC, and the lights was just too bright for Cooper Rush. He's never played in a game like that.
Not going into the 4th quarter with that type of heat against him. You know, I mean, we came back within 3 points.
I mean, he got us back in it, but you know, we
came back within 3 points, which let us know that we easily could have won that game.
Yeah,
but the 3 interceptions happened, and of course the penalties that killed it. But that's last season. We're gonna move on. They didn't win the Super Bowl, so
Oh, even though they didn't win the Super Bowl, the Eagle fans out there. I don't know if Wayne's still out there, but everybody's saying that, you know, Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC, period. Not even just the East, the NFC, period. Hurts is the best. I'm telling you. That's what they say. He had one good year. He's the best quarterback in the NFC.
One good year.
Now, yeah, because Aaron Rodgers is not there anymore, so he took Aaron Rodgers' place. And that is somewhere in the top 5. I say, whoa.
So I give Jalen Hurts his props. He had a good year. He had a great year.
He had a good year with all the talent they put around him.
Yeah,
thank you.
But
he had
tailored to him.
He had a good year because he had the top offensive line. He had the top defense.
But so did the quarterback for the Detroit Lions. He had a good year. Are we gonna crown him the second best quarterback in the NFC now?
No, it's Matthew Stafford is. By popular opinion.
But Matthew Stafford didn't play Stafford played like crap the first
3-4 games until he got shut down.
Hey, I know that.
Go back to their Super Bowl year. He went 3 or 4 games where he threw like 2 or 3 interceptions in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Not one time anyone say it was his fault. Not one time it was not his fault.
You will never hear it. You will never hear it.
His receivers did not see the ball coming.
But you'll never hear it. But they did say Matthew Stafford is the second best quarterback in the NFC. Looking on Fox, looking at ESPN, Dan Orlovsky, all this other nonsense.
Yeah,
I'm
they
like,
did.
wow, really? I'm like, that had a subpar year, and now y'all drop him like that?
And they
It's
said
okay.
golf is 3. There you
Goff
go.
ain't, man, please. We're gonna see what Detroit's all about anyway. We're gonna see.
So I guess another real question of the night: how many games we get out of Tyron Smith?
Woo.
14.
What Tyron Smith you talking about?
14. I think we're gonna get 14 games out of him. I'm hoping 14 games.
10 tops.
I said Tyron, not Tyler.
Yeah.
I know. I said 14.
Yeah, I got 10 tops.
I said 10, and even if he plays 12 or 13 games, he's not going to play the whole game. They're going to rotate him in with somebody else.
Yeah.
I think that's
it's
the
gonna
only
be
way
14.
we save him is rotation. That's the only way we save him is rotation. You cannot expect him to play a full game all these seasons. And we're going to basically need to keep him safe during training camp. Put him in a bubble because you blow on him.
Can we bring Peters back?
No.
I was just about to ask that.
No.
So is he still a free agent or?
He's still a free
agent.
Yeah, he'll probably end up being back then.
He hasn't retired.
He's 41 years old. I don't know.
He's 41
he
now.
Still can play.
But he
signed out behind last year.
Serviceable.
He's a good coach. He's good for the players on the field and whatever. And when they come to the bench, he's good coaching them. But I'm just hoping that my man Tyron Smith can play 14 games. If he can play 14 games,
yes,
we are going to do some marvelous things if he can play 14 games. That's why I said 14 games. If he can play 14 games, we are going to be all right with him.
Clearly, that
5, 9.
Damn, they don't have no faith. Oh my God!
I'm sorry, and I'm a Tyron Smith fan, but clearly Dak needs him because as we know, when Tyron Smith is on the field, we do see a different Dak as well. He trusts Tyron Smith. That's his safety net.
I mean, for good reason though. Like, he old. Yeah, when Tyron is healthy, he's one of the best.
Healthy, he's still a force to reckon with.
Yeah.
You know? So I give him, I want to see him play as many games. I'm gonna just say as many games as we can get out of him. As many as we can get out of him.
All the defensive players say if Tyron Smith gets his hands on you, it's over.
A wrap.
It's over. Yeah, it's over. Play over.
So I have, he's another player that I have a lot of respect for.
A lot of respect.
But is this time up? That's the question. And like I said, I want him to play 17 games. But recent history showed that we're not going to get no more than about 9 or 10 out of it.
9 or 10, 11.
I'm gonna pray we get 14. We get 14, we're gonna do some special things if he plays 14 games. Because that will be more comfortable in the pocket then. When you see Dak moving his feet and whatever, jumping around, he's not comfortable. When Dak is comfortable, wide receivers get the ball in timely fashion. They get the ball right in the hands, in the face, right here in the helmet. So that's why I'm hoping.
Right.
Praise God. Let's go.
Dak security net and thing. So I guess a 2-part question to that is, did we do enough in the off season for the O-line, for depth in the O-line? I say no. I don't feel like we did enough for the O-line. I think the O-line is still sketchy for me. I just don't think we have enough depth on it as we should, as we do in the on the defense side. I think the defensive side is set. I think we have enough depth on defense pretty much in all areas. But I think the O-line is one of the areas for us that we're still not where we need to be if we were to lose an important piece to that line. We still shaky. For me, I don't even know why Josh Bowles still here. Like I don't even know why he's here. So that's one player for me that they could just totally X away. Like he should have been gone after the season.
Our last 2 swing tackles that we had, or our most versatile tackle that we had, we've let them go.
Yeah.
We've let them walk out the door.
But we had one. We had one right there in the draft. Right there for the taking.
But that Richards kid's from North Carolina. He started 34 games at left tackle. He's not bad. He's just not strong. But he's a capable. Give him maybe 1 or 2 more years, and he's gonna be something to reckon with. But right now, he's just not strong enough. That's the thing. So if the Cowboys can look and maybe sign some veteran, actually O-linemen during preseason, I think we'd be all right.
Kid from the Jets, though, didn't he?
Yeah, we got him too from the Jets.
Yeah, and I seen his workout video. He's working. He's getting it. You know, but I just feel like your O-line is just so important for more than one reason to your team.
Ask Kelly what tea did George T give her?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
What?
George T gave Kelly some tea about the O-line.
Oh.
Well, let's add to your question, Nikki.
Okay.
Have we done enough to the roster in general to make it to the championship game? Not just necessarily the O-line, but just the roster in general.
I think on the defensive side, I will say yes. As we know, defense wins championships. But I think overall, we still have some sketchy positions that can make or break your team. Kicking being one, because you may need your kicker. It might come down to a field goal to win a game. It might come down to a field goal for that game to put you into the NFC Championship game. Running back, I like the fact we got Deuce. I love the fact we have Malik Davis. I love we still have Tony P, but I'm still a little sketchy on it with Tony P coming off an injury. I know he says that he's fine. I know he says that he's back cutting. I'm just still a little sketchy on it until I actually see it. For me, all 3 phases of the game has to be played. All 3 phases of the game has to be won in order for you to win. So I think we still have some areas that are still great for me. But I'm not ready to say that we just there. I think we got some great sketch areas. So, okay. Mr. Cowboy, your thoughts?
I kind of want to echo what you said. I think on the defensive side of the ball, we good. I got questions about this running back group and all that. Like, my question is, if Tyron goes down, who gonna slide over the left guard, right? What we gonna look like short yardage, right? And I know we took a kid from North Dakota, fullback, so I kind of want to see what he looks like. Yeah, I want to see what he looks like. Maybe he can step in and kind of take some of them short yardage, do this. You know what I'm saying? Pass blocking, do this. But I know Zeke is not 2016 Zeke, but pass blocking the short yardage, Zeke is one of the top backs in this league at pass blocking and short yardage. So we need to replace that in some shape, form, or fashion. So
I'll give a shout out here real quick to Mr. Brooks here. What's up, man?
Big Lou, that's my dog right there.
What's up? Get on that show with you sometime, man. Or you come on here with us sometime. Good guy, really good guy there. My take on the roster is I'm still a little suspect at linebackers. I'm still suspect on linebacker, O-line, running back. The depth of the running back is not that I don't think that running back room's gonna scare anybody. I'm not saying that we don't have the talent on it. I just don't think they're gonna scare anybody. And I still think that we need another D tackle.
Well, damn, Sean just made a whole team.
So here's my reason for saying that. If anybody goes down on the O line, if we have 2 injuries on the O line, what's gonna happen?
That's why I said
You got to call Tyrone.
All right. If you have one of your D tackles go down, who's gonna follow it?
But we have more D tackles though. We do have D tackles though.
I think we have a lot.
Bohannon is there too. He just has to play better.
Got big Bohannon. Big Bohannon though.
We got Big Boy. I mean,
We
D
still got
tackle. I
Bohannon.
think we're fine.
Still got who? Gallimore.
You got
Gallimore.
You got 3 capable D tackles, right? If
Yes.
one goes down, you got to remember D line rotates a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Then who's gonna fill in?
I mean, you still got Osi though. I think Osi.
And we still got Ghosted.
Yeah.
And that rookie too. That rookie that we just drafted for Hugo.
Oh, boy,
He's putting on weight to
I'm
play
not
both
so
tackle and
concerned
DN.
about defense as I am offense. I'm more concerned about offense than I am defense.
Yeah.
I think
What about tight end now? Tight end.
Man,
That's a
y'all are
quarterback's
sleeping
blanket.
on Schoolmaker. Y'all are dead
I'm
sleeping
not
on
sleeping
Schoolmaker.
on him because he
Man, y'all
was a 4,
sleeping on that dude,
5,
bro.
6. I
That dude
understand
cold.
that, but don't forget, a quarterback's best friend besides a running game is a tight end.
Yeah.
So the tight end position, I know we got Jake from State Farm and what have you, but I'm just saying that the tight end position too. Tight end position, we need to shore up a little bit. I think so. I think tight end, we need to shore that up a little bit. Because as you know, you need that outlet. You need that outlet. Every great quarterback has a tight end that has an outlet. So that's why I'm just saying that we just need to shore up that tight end position just a little bit more. Because I'm an offensive guy. I love offense. I love all
right?
offense.
We have Hendershot, we have Shoemaker, and we have Ferguson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have 3 tight
Yeah,
ends.
but what has Hendershot and Jake
I think
really
Ferguson
done
is
though?
going to take a step forward this year. Schoolmaker is going to be better than what a lot of people think.
Yeah, I think so too.
We hoping and wishing though, and praying. That's what we doing right now.
Well, you have to give everybody a chance, K-Boogie. Just like you have to give people a chance, right? Right?
but wait a minute, yeah, but you guys see weaknesses too, and we have depth behind those weaknesses, right? We got to give them a chance too, right?
I'm still
Right.
gonna ask the question: can those tight ends block?
Jake is the only one. No, Schoolmaker can block.
Schoolmaker got some good blocks on film.
Michigan ran the ball.
Yeah, Schoolmaker got good blocks on film.
But he has to do it on this level, though. This is big boy stuff right here. So we got to
Gallimore mess around and get cut.
Or
traded.
Gallimore mess around and make the team.
So that's a good question that leads to my next question. Who do we see as possibly that's on the team that's been on the team? Who do we see possibly leaving, not making the team? Let's start on the offensive side. That's on the team.
Starters, reserves. Who is it?
Who do we see could possibly be
I can't
on the outs?
Yeah, I'm just about to.
Man, Cooley.
No. That's a shot at me. Cooley, Simi is spelled S-I-M-I. Again,
I ain't want to say it. So appreciate you, Cooley, because I ain't want to say it.
Nah, he said what he wanted. His boy Washington didn't do anything. He got cut. Your boy Washington Cooley didn't do anything like I said he would. He want to be Mr. Petty. I bet you Simi's gonna show and prove. Cooley cool.
He done got K Boogie riled up.
Cooley, why? He want to talk mess because Washington got cut after he dropped that ball and he got smashed in the mouth. Cooley cool. You want to talk that mess? Cooley
cool.
If
you was in this group, if you ever want to see
dare you bring up Simi? Yo, listen, Simi to me is Miles Austin with better hands. Just give him a minute. Just give him a minute. Watch what I tell you.
The reason I'm saying Semi is because I really believe Jalen Tolbert is going to take a lead. And I think that's going to put Semi in a bad spot.
Yeah, I think Tolbert gonna step. I think Tolbert gonna be.
Man, y'all keep sleeping on Simi if you want to. Y'all keep sleeping on that.
I like Simi. I like Simi,
yo, but listen, I'm telling y'all right now. I'm calling it right now. Simi will be our fourth wide receiver.
You're only gonna dress 5 receivers,
and they gotta play special teams.
And they gotta play special teams.
Why he mad? He hot.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not even mad. I'm good.
Everybody said Simi is Captain Hamstring.
Listen, Simi has the same problem that Miles Austin used to have. But yo, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put cases on all of y'all. All of y'all. When Simi starts producing, I'm gonna put cases on all of y'all. Oh, Simi. Listen, Simi's gonna show and prove. I'm putting cases on all of y'all. Y'all watch. I'm putting.
Hey, but look, Simi was 6'4", running 4'3", right? So
serious over here.
Listen, Simi has more talent than Tolbert. Actually, he's a better prospect than Tolbert.
Physically, yeah. I mean,
just let's see what we're gonna do.
That speed, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I say. I'm telling you, yeah. Simi's not gonna be down with the Kardashians. He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke. Nobody want that smoke.
All right. So
that's what we need to talk about, though. We need to talk about Gallup, though. We need to talk about Gallup. We need to talk about Gallup because everybody's putting a lot of faith in Gallup, right? That's what people are doing. But what if he's just not the same anymore?
Well, first of all, they brought him back. They brought him back too quick.
Too quick. They brought him back too quick.
They just brought him back too quick.
Too quick.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it 100 on that. He wasn't ready. And the reports that I'm hearing is that he's feeling a whole lot better than what he did last year, but he came back too quick.
He still had flashes, even though he came back too quick.
Yeah, but that was a product of letting your number one receiver go for no damn reason.
Exactly.
And I'm still seeing therapists for that. I'm still going to therapy about Amari Cooper. Y'all know I'm still going to therapy about Amari Cooper. I can't get over that. No matter how many therapists I see, and how many people I talk to, I can't get over that. I'm sorry. I can't.
I was glad to see Jerry and them finally admit that Cooper.
That's why we lost against the 49ers, because we didn't have enough weapons. I'm sorry to go back to a game, but we lost against the 49ers because we didn't have enough firepower. In the story, and the Eagles had enough firepower to beat them, and they beat them. It is
the Eagles had enough to beat them because they had no quarterbacks to play.
Yeah, so the Eagles, I think the Eagles didn't think Hassan Reddick was that good a pass rusher, right? Because you don't come into no game saying we're gonna put a tight end on Hassan Reddick and that's gonna work out. Nah.
Not at all.
Nah, that's the 49ers fault. Listen, I know Hassan Reddick is good. That's the 49ers fault. That's their fault. He's good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
on them.
Right?
That's on them. But I'm just saying, if we had better weapons, if that had better weapons, we'd have beat the 49ers. And if Turpin wouldn't cut inside and cut outside, maybe we would have had a touchdown.
He should have ran to the bus, dude.
I'm sorry to bring up the fast,
ran all the way to the bus.
My therapist told me I should just try to let go.
But if you just want to go back to that game, a case can also be made that if Trayvon Diggs would have knocked the ball down from Kittles, that is a different game.
How about the interception that he had that hit him in his gut?
Interception, that's a different game.
Yeah.
Also,
that's why I love the Overshawn pick third round, because Overshawn don't let Kittle make that catch.
Right.
Yeah, Overshawn gonna knock you out.
Yeah. Also honored us late in that game. So it was a lot of things that transpired in that game. Although everyone might want to focus on the interceptions, but it was so many other things that focused on that game that made a difference in that game.
Man,
we're gonna move forward.
We're gonna move forward.
We gonna for this year. So let me ask a question real quick on this. Moving Kelvin Joseph, does this save his job?
If he produces.
Kellen Joseph is going to be a nickel cornerback on the Cowboys. I'm calling it right now. I have faith in certain people. Calvin Joseph only played 13 games. He only played 13 games in college, right? And so last year he had the issues with his friends and the murder rap and whatever else. So a lot of that stuff stuck with him. I'm telling you, this year is going to be his year, or else he's going to get cut. See, we always talk about, boss man Calvin Joseph, but we never talk about Wright. Why we never talk about Wright? Wright was drafted in the third round too.
Right, because I already have Wright on the right side of the door, leaving out. So there's no reason to bring him up for me, because I feel like Wright is the X factor that's gonna be out. I think they'll keep Jordan Lewis over keeping Wright. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like Jordan Lewis, but let's be real. Jordan Lewis was having a great season before the injury. He was having a great season.
We give him that. I'll give him that.
Now in the top 3, there, on the team. So a lot of people, in our group, we know, of course, Donald and
Kenneth,
doesn't, feel like he should be gone. But I like Jordan Lewis, and I think Jordan Lewis was having a great season before the injury. The numbers, a lot of people don't like to look at numbers, but numbers tells you a lot.
He's the 4th cornerback now, though. Bland is the third one.
Man.
Bland is the third, and he's the 4th.
Of course, we got Bland. Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see. I think this is going to be one of the hardest season teams to make a decision on, with a lot of the players on the defensive side.
I'm gonna say this. We asked a question about players on the bubble. Nashawn Wright is a player on the bubble. The kid, Eric Scott Jr., with the 6th round, they say he looks really good. They say he looks really good.
I can't. You know what? I can't say that right now because it's practice, and they're not going up against an opposing team. When I see it in preseason, that's when I'm like, okay, bet. But right now, man, everybody look good in practice. It's practice. Right. We talking about practice.
Hey, you play how you practice now.
Yeah, but we talking now with no pads on, no shells or nothing on. You just out there running routes and nobody's doing anything. That's what I'm saying.
I understand that.
Everybody else, against everybody else, that's what I want to see.
I feel like Nashawn Wright is
we're not saying it's not like we saying he gonna take Gilmore's spot. You see what I'm saying? Like he may be good enough to beat out Nashawn Wright.
See, and that's why Boss Man's going to stay, because Gilmore has the similar traits as Boss Man. Yeah. That's why when they picked him up, I'm like, this would be good for Boss Man, because one, he has a tutor or a mentor, because they have similar qualities. That's why I'm like, Gilmore, come in here and show actually Boss Man how to be a professional. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that Boss Man was lacking, being a professional. He was a standout cat on special teams, but he was doing boneheaded plays.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So now he can be a professional, and once he becomes a professional, I'm telling you, Boss Man gonna be all right.
Yeah,
him and Simi gonna be all right.
That was one of the reasons I was glad that we got Gilmore, because I felt like we need veteran presence on this team. We needed veteran presence in that back. We needed that. We needed a player that have been there before more than once. So why not? So I was cool with it, and I'm rooting for Boss Man, mainly because of what the situation that he was in and what he went through. He have another chance. He had, and it goes back to tell you that when Jerry cut for you, he cut for you. When he like you, he like you. Because if he don't like you, trust and believe in that situation, Boss Man would have been gone. So the fact that, and it also tells you that Dan Quinn sees something in him and likes him enough to say, let me move you to give you this opportunity and this chance, because I don't want to lose you, So we'll see how it goes, and I'm rooting for him, But it's another kid that came on that we got, and that's Miles Brooks. I like him. So it's another kid I'm rooting for that I want to see.
I just think that we're in a very, very, very good situation on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, defense crazy.
We can pick and choose.
Right.
It's going to be some players that makes the practice squad that we're going to be like, man, I can't believe this. They didn't sign him, or
It's going to be deep. It's going to get tough. So So I guess the last question of the night before we move to the trivia question, can this Dan Quinn defense take us over the top and get us to the Super Bowl?
Yes. Yeah. I think so. I'm very excited about Mozzie and Overshown, like what they're gonna bring to the defense. This, the blatant running that we had to deal with last year, just we gonna run the ball even though we down 10 points. So we don't think y'all can stop it. That's over. That's over with. Mozzie and Hankins, you're not running up the middle. Right. And then what Overshown could bring as far as with his blitzing, his versatility,
Right.
With his coverage, his ball skills.
Coverage skills.
Yeah. So I think this defense is gonna be nasty, and I can't wait.
So we're bringing in Overshaw. Does that put Cox on the outs?
No. Cox is still good in pass coverage.
Yes, he is.
You know what I'm saying? Overshown is not actually as, let's say,
but we also have
agile in pass coverage as Cox.
Yeah, Clark.
We also have Clark.
Yeah.
So do we need to bring in another
veteran? Yes, we do. I think we still need to bring in a veteran linebacker.
Bring in a veteran?
Yes, we do. I still think we do. We do.
All right. Well, let's just run through this since this is why we here about the Dak interceptions real quick. Since everyone seems to harp on the fact that they're saying that Dak is it was a turnover machine this year, and for various reasons, he was. But if you watch football, if you know football, and you're not watching it just because you hate the player and you're just waiting on the player to make a mistake, then you will honestly watch and see that all of those turnovers were not Dak's fault. They are going to go to the quarterback, and I hate that. That's one thing I hate about the game, that the quarterback gets that interception. Receiver have the ball in his hand, he run down the field, he fumble the ball, they're going to still give it. Jogs the ball loose, get rid of it. It happens, they're going to give it to the quarterback. I hate it. But that's why at 20, I'm just run it up for the case of why Dak is not a turnover machine. It's fair to say he was this year, but he's not one. 2016, 4 interceptions. 2017, 13 interceptions. 2018, 8 interceptions. 2019, 11 interceptions. 2020, 4 interceptions. 2021, 10 interceptions. 2022, 15. So, looking at these numbers, balancing out, with that, he is 9th on the list for the lowest amount of interceptions at 9%. So, some of these years have something in common with the lesser of the interceptions. We ran the ball more, and we had wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that makes the case for K Boogie that we lacked wide receivers, which is why we shouldn't have gotten rid of Cooper. Got rid of Cooper with the intention that Michael Gallup was going to come in and be what we wanted Michael Gallup to be. They rushed him back. He wasn't ready. It showed. We paid for it. It also says that the ball was forced a lot to Noah Brown. Every time there was an interception, who was there? It was Noah Brown. Besides the one that Ferguson fumbled against the Titans, or the other ones that forced, and 2 of them were comeback routes. Michael Gallup. They were comeback routes, and he did not come back for the ball. So yes, we can say Dak did have, and then let's remember Dak also had a thumb issue. Even though they said his thumb was fine, though they said he came back, still had that thumb. He still had that thumb issue with the ball. Now we're not gonna, we can't, we're, true, can't keep making excuses for bad play. You can't keep making excuses for bad decisions. Some were bad decision making. Some were like that. Why you do that? You know. But it was times, as K Boogie said, his feet wasn't set, line breaking down, didn't have enough time. He had one play in his mind. The receiver don't come back like he's supposed to. The ball already gone. Bam, interception. So I do fault that for some of them, but we can't honestly sit here and say that that is their fault for all of them. So with
And I
my
was just, I was
story
just
on that, I just want him to clean it up all the way around. I want him to be more mindful of things. And I also want Dak to get back to using his legs when necessary. So,
I'm
yeah.
a
Go
response
ahead.
here. So I guess it was Dak's fault when CD Lamb and Schultz ran pretty much the same route.
Yeah, in the Green Bay game.
Yeah, I guess it was Dak's fault when you hit Noah Brown in his face mask, and
Man.
it bounces out of his hands. It didn't hit his face mask, but it bounces out of his hands into the defender's hands, and he runs it back in for a touchdown. I guess it's Dak's fault that CD Lamb misread a safety route, and instead of coming under the route, he decides to keep running the fade. So I guess all those are Dak's fault. I guess all those are excuses, I should say. Those
Yeah.
are not excuses.
It's football.
Football.
Don't forget, y'all. The Cowboys were ranked almost dead last in wide receiver separation. The Cowboys didn't get the only wide receiver that gave that any separation was CeeDee Lamb. Everybody else was below the Mendoza line, so that's not an excuse.
We ranked 30 in
Out of
wide receiver separation.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Come on, Kevin. That's not an excuse. We just giving you facts, my brother. It's the truth, though. No separation, and that was forcing the ball to him.
He was forcing the
Because of
ball.
no separation. We always said too, Dak has to throw the wide receivers open, so he tried and it didn't work. Right? Everybody say, well, Dak has to throw the wide receivers open, and he tried and it did not work. So it is what it is, right?
And I'm going back to what we talked about earlier. It's the offense. The offense dictates where the ball is going to go. I don't care if I don't give a damn if it's Patrick Mahomes. The offense dictates where the ball is going to go. Period. I mean, so those aren't excuses.
It's facts.
It's just what happens. You know, and I tell people all the time, no, I did not play professional football, but I played semi-pro minor league football until I was 42 years old. And there were games that I could go out there and I'd be like, you know what? I could play this receiver bump and run at the age of 36 because I knew what the offense was going to do. And there's other times I could say, you know what? This guy might be quick, or I know what kind of offense he's going to run. I'm going to sit back here at 6 or 7 yards and play the slant. I'm not going to let him get past me. I'm just going to play the slant. So you got to think about professional football coaches. If we can sit here on these shows and in front of our TV and we can call out offenses and defenses for what they're doing and what they don't doing, or what they are doing and what they aren't doing, think about what professional coaches do every week. Some of them work 20 hours a day. They have a cot in their offices because they watch film all day long.
Or they sit in the basement.
Analytical data. We're going to look at analytical data.
I hate analytics in football. I just don't believe it belongs in football. I hate it. I hate analytics in football. Don't tell me that analytics says 60% of the time you're supposed to do this and this is going to happen. Your eye test is the best test. What you're seeing at that very moment and what's happening at that very moment is what should dictate what happens. I hate analytics in football. Period. It don't need to be here. And I hope somebody send this to Mike McCarthy so he can hear this. I hate it. Analytics got us in a lot of trouble. Not last season, but the season before, definitely. Analytics got us in a lot of trouble.
Analytics get a lot of what Miami's
GMs. A lot of GMs got fired because of analytics.
Right. Yeah, I was about to say the analytics gonna get somebody fired too.
Look what Miami's coach. You know, he analytically, you know, his quarterback got hurt too, but he analytically wasted a good first half of a year of a team based off of analytics.
All right.
You know, so I can't stand analytics myself. You go by the pulse of your team. You know what? If they cannot stop us off tackle, let's keep going off tackle. If they're cornered, go back to Dez and Romo. When Dez had that, when Dez had that 3-touchdown game against Philadelphia, because the Philadelphia corners could not hold Dez, they kept playing that one corner on Dez.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I saw that game the other night.
Did analytics say, you know what, there's a 50% chance that we're going to go to the other side? No, when they saw that matchup, all Romo and Dez had to do was just look at each other and they knew where they were going to go.
Same thing with Cooper and Dak against Philadelphia.
Yep.
Same thing. He used to tear him up. Analytics had nothing to do with that. It was man on man, and my man can beat your man.
And it was paying attention to the field. It was paying attention to what was happening at that moment. You know, so hopefully we don't have those issues this coming season. If Mike McCarthy know like we know, he wouldn't. He would. You know, everyone is watching him, so I think he's under the radar more than that.
Sucker.
So.
I love Romo too. I love Romo. That comment there, I love Romo.
I was a Romo fan. I supported Romo.
I used to get in arguments in barbershops because of Romo and with other Cowboy fans. So if anybody thinks we're taking shots at Romo, we're not. I'm not taking no shot at Romo. He just didn't get it done. Like that is not getting it done right now.
At the end of the
Same
day,
thing. They both parallel.
We didn't even get it done. Right.
That's it.
And regardless of what, as much as we bitch, complain, moan, I'm gonna still be a Cowboy fan, no matter what. It is what it is. You know, we are all tired and frustrated fans, but it's not gonna change who my team is. So, you know, it is what it is. So we want
really quick. What does this stat here say?
Romo had, you made it too high. Okay, Romo had 248 in 156 games at 1.59 touchdowns per game, with 157 touchdowns in 93 games. Prescott has 1.69 touchdowns per game. Also, Romo had 117 interceptions in his career at 0.75 per game, and Prescott has only 59 till now at 0.63 per game.
It was last year was an anomaly. I repeat, last year was an anomaly because Dak takes care of the ball.
And
so it is what it is.
That's what I keep saying. Yeah. That was not a norm for Dak. Like it wasn't a norm for him. So even with that, do we still go back to where it falters in at call play? Kellen Moore wants to push the ball down, wants to throw the ball more. And that's why I feel like a perfect fit for him is Justin Hebert, because Justin Hebert likes to throw. He throws the ball down the field a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what San Diego wants to push the ball.
For him to do that with.
Yeah.
They got a explosive offense.
I don't want to bring up Kansas City Super Bowl win this year, but their first Super Bowl they won 3 years ago. Was it 3 years ago?
Against the 49ers?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What did they do to win the Super Bowl?
Run the ball.
They ran the ball. As great as a quarterback as Patrick Mahomes was, they ran the ball.
Around the ball. So again,
we love Kelly.
We need
Kelly.
We need a balance. We need a balance. We need a balance. We need a balanced offense and a balanced defense. You have to have a balance. on both sides of the ball. Penalties also has become a norm for us since McCarthy been here. Penalties has been norm, which his teams are a lot of penalized teams. We have to fix that, and that starts with coaching. That starts in practice. That starts with coaching, and that starts with accountability, and it starts with someone saying, getting mad and saying, I don't care that you are my star player in this position. You are the one getting the penalties. I'm going to bench your ass, and I'm going to play this rookie once a chance.
I was late.
Oh, my bad.
I don't know. Jimmy Johnson's not here anymore. Jimmy Johnson's not here anymore, so I don't think Mike McCarthy's that type.
I'm just saying, like, we have to start. That's where it has to start. We have to start with accountability, and accountability, as I always say, starts with the top, and it trickles down. Your body language from not only your coaching staff, but it trickles down to your team. Your team is going to trickle onto the field. So at the end of the day, we just need everyone to come together and do their job. I don't care who it is. I don't care who get it done. Get it done. You know, we all as fans are tired of excuses. So y'all want to get y'all last thoughts first, or y'all want me to give the trivia questions and why y'all give y'all last thoughts so they can put the answer in, so we know who win this little prize tonight. So,
well,
you don't answer. None of y'all answer because y'all.
I'm out.
I ain't answer. 13-4. That's all I have to say. 13-4. All I have to say is 13-4. I've been preaching that for the last 3 months. 13-4.
Okay. I'm not ready to give that number yet, but I will come back to that.
Hey, so check this out. So, the one thing that I think we are overlooking, right, is that the Cowboys went 12-5 last year with a first place schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And the starting QB missing 5 games.
Yeah, that's why I said 13-4.
Yeah,
Philadelphia now has a first place schedule. We have a second place schedule.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also add this into that equation. We lost 2 games in the fourth quarter. We had 14-point leads.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about 13-3 would have been the number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so. I shake my head at the possibilities.
So
we've had so many opportunities, you know, the Dez catch year, the 13-3 year where
we lost
to the Packers because the defensive coordinator decided he didn't want to blitz.
Right.
2007 still haunts me.
Then that Green Bay game, that's even blamed DeMarco Murray. Had he not fumbled that ball.
Oh my God, DeMarco Murray was gone. He was gone. He was gone.
Knocked that ball out.
Yeah. He was gone.
Knock that ball out.
Hey, go back to Kevin. Kevin, we play who's in front of us. You play who's in front of you. It's not our fault. You play who's in front of you. We had a first place schedule last year. You play who's in front of you.
Yeah, it was first. We played both of the teams from the previous Super Bowl with our backup quarterback.
Yeah.
We still had, even though you claim it's the easiest schedule, we still had a first place schedule.
It was a first place
schedule. We played every team in the NFC first place teams. We played the AFC West last year, right?
Right.
We can't help it that Denver, you know.
And Russell Wilson ended up not being
at one time, everybody was saying that the Chargers was going to be a Super Bowl contending team. The thing that gets me about when people say the schedule are easy, this is the NFL.
No team.
No teams that came out there and talked there. We have not had a perfect team since the Miami Dolphins. Nobody expected the Giants to be when New England went 17-0. Nobody expected the Giants to win that Super Bowl game. So I put no stock in the easiest schedule stuff. The easiest schedule. How many times have we lost to the Redskins? We were the number one. We were the first place team in the NFC or in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Look how bad we played against them last year.
Yeah.
Before the Bengals got good, how many times did the Bengals beat the Ravens. You know, how many times has Detroit beat Green Bay as bad as Detroit was?
Yeah, man.
I take no
Detroit played Green Bay at playoffs this year.
I take no stock in that easiest schedule. That easiest schedule
Yeah.
is just
And
because
division games gonna always be played different.
because ESPN and NFL
Fox,
got to put
Fox Sports,
they
all
gotta
that.
put something up there that said the easiest schedule. If you look at the actual percentages, a .594 is not that far different from a .63. There are percentage points in winning. They're just percentage points in the amount of the schedule strengths. If you really call it. There's no team that is playing everybody with a schedule strength of 0.75, and then we down here at a .25. All of them are between 0.6 something and 0.5 something. Look it up, Kevin, and come back and tell me if I'm not telling a lie. If you had 63 cents and somebody got 65 cents, you still broke. Both of you still broke.
Damn.
I mean that the 65% is that much better than the 63%. If you got 75 cents and somebody got 58 cents, you still broke. So what's the difference in those percentages? Nothing. Say buying a car or a house where that little percentage point is different. This is football. So I'll take no stock in that easy schedule crap.
No, I don't either. You got to play who's on the schedule. Any given Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
and
got to
I'm
play
saying,
who's in front of you.
I'm saying this for all teams. Everybody keeps saying the NFC South is the weakest team in football. Well, just a couple years, the NFC East was the weakest.
Yeah, they were saying that about us.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years before that, it was the NFC West that was one of the weakest teams. The weakest one, AFC East, they went from being the weakest league in the AFC. No, it was AFC South. The AFC South was, and then the AFC East was just the Patriots and then everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But still, who used to beat up on the Patriots all the time?
The Dolphins.
Especially in Miami in the heat.
Especially in Miami.
Especially in Miami in the heat. They ain't like that. It was too hot.
You know, so I take no stock in that easy schedule stuff. I just don't, because I just don't. I don't take no stock in it. I can't anymore. Let's see here. I say
13-4. Let's go. 13-4. That's all I'm saying. And the Eagles are 12-5. And the Giants is gonna be 9-8. And I said it. I'm not taking it back.
Oh, y'all know I'm 3 minutes past my bedtime.
Listen. Come on, man. We can't do that.
Okay. Y'all ready for the trivia?
Yes, trivia.
Yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, we're ready for it.
Two-part question. What team had 2 co-MVPs in the Super Bowl? And who were the players?
I remember.
We're not supposed to answer.
I remember one.
I got both. I know both.
I got both. I know.
I got both.
Me and Mr. Cowboy Nation had this. We went through this last night.
I got both. I already know. I got both.
So I do remember one. And
we need answers from whoever's still on the call. They're probably Googling right now.
Yeah, everybody Googling.
Right?
I watched that Super Bowl too. Give me a hint.
No.
She said no. Come on, like you.
What
this is extra credit, teacher.
What team had 2 co-MVP in a Super Bowl? And who were the players?
Old school.
Yep.
He said old school.
Star.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm looking at their picture right now.
Cooley Cool got it.
Cooley
I'm
Cool
looking
guy.
at their picture right now.
What's his answer?
He said Harvey Martin and Randy White.
Yep. Right here. Right here. I'm looking at the picture right here.
So
They want to cover Sports Illustrated too.
All right, cool.
Simi told him that. Simi told him that.
All right. So Mr. Cowboy Nation, we'll go with you first. We'll give your last thoughts for tonight.
All right. So, I didn't get to answer the Dak question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So let me answer the Dak question. Let me get my thoughts on the Dak question. I took some notes, right? So, one of the things I put down was Jason Garrett's trash is gone, which I'm referring to Kellen Moore, right? So, Mike McCarthy understands he will have a stout defense. He understands that. So he says we need to run the ball to take care of the defense because he feel like we will have a top defense. I honestly believe he will do that. Also, Schottenheimer actually running the offense, I think Schottenheimer got Mark Sanchez to an AFC Championship game. Dak Prescott is light years better than Mark Sanchez. So if he can produce with Mark Sanchez, I'm almost beside myself to see what he's gonna do with Dak Prescott. So, and another thing that I was watching the interview with George Kittle, right? So George Kittle was saying that he was talking about Shanahan as play caller. So he was saying Shanahan was calling this run play, right? 2 yards, they'll play in Seattle. Seattle stuffing this run play every time. 2 yards, 3 yards, 2 yards, 3 yards. Keep running the play though. So later on in the game, they run the same play, same motion, same look, but this play action, Debo goes for 60 plus yards in the touchdown. All because he committed to the run. Seattle just knew it's the same run play we've been stuffing all game, but it wouldn't. It was play action, and it basically he set them up later on in the game, and that was something Dak didn't have in Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore would if we a couple of 2 yard runs, Kellen Moore's abandoned. He gonna throw the run totally out the window. So I think with Mike taking over the offense, the offense will look more like it will complement the defense more versus we have a physical defense, but then we have an offense that's pass happy and want to be finesse, but we got a physical defense. I think the offense will match the defense by its physicality, which I think will help Dak out. I know I'm rambling, but let me say this one more last thing. I also think that Dak Prescott is better than Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts was in a better situation coaching-wise, as far as having an offense that was tailored to him, his strengths. So, and I also think if you give Dak Prescott an offense that is tailored to his strengths, I think Dak Prescott will look way better than Jalen Hurts. So, to answer the question, I do believe the interceptions will go down. All right, Joe, appreciate you for coming through, man.
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's all I got, y'all.
Magic City. Shout out to Magic City. All day, every day. We in the building. Magic City is definitely in the building every day, all day.
Okay, but give your last shout out.
One thing that I just wanted to bring up is I understand that, everybody's always focused on the Eagles, right? But right now I'm more focused on us beating the 49ers because the 49ers were the team that actually beat us 2 years in a row in the playoffs. So I want to see how we play against them during the regular season. And when we do meet up with them in the playoffs, I want to see how we attack them this year. Because they've been our nemesis. It's not been the Eagles. It's been the 49ers. So I'm looking forward to basically playing the 49ers 2 times this year. And hopefully we're 2-0 versus the 49ers this year. So that's one thing that basically I want everybody to understand is that, the Eagles in our division, but it's been the 49ers that took us out 2 years in a row in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Just like in the 90s, when we used to take them out, now it's up to us to take them out. And so hopefully Mike McCarthy, praying that, he comes up with some great game plans against tougher teams. When we play against these top 5, top 6 defenses, come up with a better game plan than what Kellen Moore used to do. And once we can achieve that, then we can beat anybody. But it's game planning against these top 5 defenses that basically I want to see. I want to look at more than anything else. And we're going to be 13-4 this year. That's all I have to say. God bless everybody. Good night. Go ahead.
Queen.
Just looking forward to training camp finally. So we can start getting a little bit more of our perspective of these players and what they're capable of and who we're going to see on this 53-man roster. I just want to say I appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight for our first night back. It's been great. It's been awesome. Wonderful feeling to be talking Cowboys football again. As always, I thank you guys as well. Mr. Cowboy should definitely thank you for joining us. When we put the post up, he's like, "What time we on?" I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Okay." I was like, we not fair to say he's joining. But no, I just appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone for taking time out there evening tonight to join us again. And let's go Cowboys. We ready. It's been a long off season and we are ready. I'm tired of playing Madden.
Yeah, so for me, starting next month will be the beginning of the shortest time of the year. Once those preseason games hit, next thing you know, it's gonna be February.
Yeah.
So, Cowboy fans, yes, we do predictions. Yes, we want our team to win. We want to make the playoffs. We want to get to the Super Bowl. But learn to enjoy each game, each week. Because when February gets here, you're going to be mad that you ain't got no football to watch. You have no Cowboys football to watch, I should say. It's like Nicky said, that time of year, training camp. And just look forward to it. And lastly, yeah, we don't agree on everything, and everybody see on this show, We don't agree with some of the comments. We don't agree with each other. But at the end of the day, it's all about that star. That star that's behind my head. We're all Cowboy fans. Whether you like a player or you don't like a player. Whether you like a fan club or you don't like a fan club. At the end of the day, we're all Cowboy fans. And if we all remember that as Cowboy fans, you'll save yourself a lot of headaches. I guess that's what I should say. Those who stress over who don't like this person or this player or this and that and other, it's on you. That's your opinion. But it's not everybody's opinion. So when I buy these jerseys, most of the time I buy a jersey with my name on the back of it. And I'll buy, the players who I know that's going to be on the team for 3 or 4 years. But the life of an NFL player is very, very short. So enjoy it. Just enjoy football. And quit stressing. Don't let that make you lose sleep at night.
Yo.
But no, I appreciate everybody that showed up. I've been needing this. I am going to be a great grandfather sometime in the next couple of hours.
Welcome to the club, brother.
So shout out to my granddaughter who is in labor in Indianapolis. I'll be ready to see you soon. So I give you a shot at that. All right, so let's put Kevin's comment up here. He said, Fox, I love getting you guys going. It's all love. Great show and conversation. Nikki, Boogie, Fox, Mr. Cap, be safe, be blessed, and always be you. That is us in a nutshell. We're always going to be us. And Mr. Cowboy, I'm just going to start sending you an invite to the show, whether you come or not. You family, so I'll just send you the invite too.
It's great balance. It's a great balance. It's a great balance. And I think we got the show off to a great start tonight. Of course, me and Kate, we had to have our little round. But it's never nothing personal. It's never nothing that's gonna keep us from talking to each other, communicating with each other. As you can see at the end of the show, we're on the same terms, we're gonna agree. Some way or another. It's all about respect for each other, and other fans and their thoughts. Because at the end of the day, we're all only fans. Like I say in the chat all the time, I don't sign checks, I don't make calls, I just show up to the game and support. So as mad as I might be about a decision that's made or done, there's nothing I can do about it. Because at the end of the day, when Sunday come and we on the clock, I'm gonna be either in front of the TV or I'm gonna be at the game. So it is what it is. Or I'm gonna be at the pro shop. So I'm not gonna be that fan that's gonna sit here and say, "Oh, I'm not buying nothing until we win again." I'm not gonna be that fan and say that because I'm not. I was just at the pro shop yesterday. So
did you get my white hat that's 7 3/8?
Oh my God! I just said I got a male showing hat.
Lord.
I just said I was like I got a male showing hat. My supervisor asked me the other day. She was like, "Did you mail?" I was like, "Girl, I hate the post office, but I'm gonna mail it tomorrow. I promise. I will put it in the mail tomorrow. I will. I'm gonna send it UPS. I'm gonna just show you a little bit more.
Send a FedEx. Send a FedEx.
Oh no, UPS about to go on strike, so we might want.
That's why I said send a FedEx. Yeah. Send a FedEx.
And now y'all asking for me to do way too much. FedEx is oh my God, she has a pop-up.
Lord have mercy. Y'all got
Erica, stay on her. Please stay on her.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I promise I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I lost my train of thought.
Wow.
Yes. So what home games are we doing?
You tell me. I really want to do the Jets game, but that's a Sunday night, right?
Yes.
The late Sunday night. All right. So let me check on the Jets game, and I said I was going to do 2 games this year. I was going to do 2 Dallas games, and I'm definitely going to Carolina, and I really want to do San Francisco, but I think I got a trip the week before San Francisco, so I might not be able to make that. But I'm definitely coming to Dallas twice this year.
So I will definitely be at the home games, but road games for us is Carolina, 49ers, and some of us are doing Miami.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm Miami for Miami.
Christmas Eve, but in the terms of DeMarcus Lawrence, not saying what he said about them kids, yeah.
Man, y'all better leave them kids alone. We love the kids. we love the kids. Leave them kids alone. We love the kids, yo. We love the kids. We love the kids. No, we love the kids. We love the kids.
No, it is what it is. My nieces and nephews, they're older now, so I can have Christmas with them that Friday and be out of here Saturday morning. And I'll be back Monday. They'll still be doing the same thing, opening gifts and sitting around. So it is what it is. So that's what the plan is. So, but I'm glad we're back. It's been hard. It's been a lot. It's been hard.
It's 2 reasons. For our fans that are still on here, there's 2 reasons why we haven't had games. Some of it Some of it has been me. I've been refereeing high school football. We've had a lot of 7-on-7 tournaments on Tuesdays. Like of all nights for us to have these tournaments. These are all-day tournaments. For those who see, I was refereeing at Georgia Tech, and I've done that like twice, and then we've had some others. And then number two, it really hasn't been a lot of Cowboy news. Nothing that just jump out and make us say, "Oh, we got to do a show." This has been a quiet off season for us, besides the draft and the guy that got cut for the receiver got cut, and then a couple of boss man getting moved to thinking about being moved to safety. Those weren't really I ain't gonna say newsworthy items. But those were the usual off-season news that we had. I think the biggest off-season news that we had was Kellen Moore leaving. I think that was it. And that wasn't no surprise to everybody. So we'll be on. For those that don't know, we are on 2 internet radio shows now. Congratulations to us. We do have a YouTube channel. I'm going to try to get that up and try to get a little bit more support on that. And lastly, I would love for us to do a game together and all come together and do a show at the game. So that's my thing. All right, so you know what? I'm 21 minutes. I'm being punished because I'm 21 minutes over.
You did good. We so proud of you.
Really?
I'm
about to go check some emails for work, and you going to sleep? Come on, man.
Well, see, here's the thing. I have a new position, so I don't have to be at work as early as I used to have to be. As long as I get to work by 7:30 now, I'm good. I don't have to be at work at 5:30. So I try to get to work at 7:30. I have a schedule, but I don't have a schedule.
Oh, okay. So, Mr. Cowboy Nation, does Tuesdays work for you, pretty much, or?
Yeah, right now I'm free on Tuesdays because I'm probably not gonna start up till it's probably gonna be a couple weeks for me. So I'll probably start my show up beginning of August. So
Okay.
Yeah, so right now for Tuesdays wide open.
All right.
Sound like a plan. All right. Well, as always, we pretty flexible. We always make adjustments as we need to. If someone can't make it, and we say, "Hey, let's move it to this day." So we try to accommodate each other on here. So you're like you said, they'll send you the link, or I'll send you the link, but you always know in advance that we're moving it around, or if we need to move it around for whatever purpose or reason we need to.
I got you.
All right. Well, thank you everyone that joined us tonight. We really, really appreciate you guys. It's been fun. It's been real. Next week we'll have more to talk about, more action going on. So let's get ready, guys. Football season is here.
Yeah.
Let's get the debates ready. It's good for the soul. That's right. The debates are good for the soul. I love it.
We're thinking about that, Kevin. We're gonna work on that.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Good night.
Peace.
Bye.